200 degrees for 20 minutes to bake the headlight. Right now I have it on, it's almost down to the last couple minutes. I'm gonna take out the headlight. The headlight's in the oven. Make sure that it's not touching any of the sides in the oven. Make sure I put it on the baking tray. And I put the tape to stop it from getting stress cracks on the front of the glass, on the front of the plastic lens. So after this, I'm gonna take it out and with a cloth, and I'm gonna pry it open to get to the inside of the headlight and push these little tabs up. Then I'll start taking apart the lens. Now I'm gonna catch back the video after this. From the top here, I pull back all the tabs. So you just pull back one tab, all the tabs one by one. And then you put a flathead here and you pry the headlight apart. So I'm doing this by myself. So I'm just gonna pry the headlight apart and then I'm gonna catch back the video. So pry the headlight apart with the glue. Pry the headlight apart. From the factory housing, it was really simple. This is the inside. The lens. That's what it looks like. It's two screws holding this in. One right here, one right here. And then that whole inside piece comes out. And then this is the Fresnel lens, the factory lens. And here's the clip up top to pop that out. But I gotta take out this housing in order to get to that. So I'm gonna catch back the video. Alright, I'm doing a continuation on from the headlight. I already pried it open from this side. And once you pry it open, this set will stay inside of the lens. So you got to take out a screw here, and then there'll be another screw here. You take out those two screws, and the other screws right here for the front lens to come out. So then after that, take that out, this inside piece will come out. This is what it looks like. So now I'm just gonna take the lens and just put it to the side. And this is the piece that I'm dealing with now. So this piece here, to get out this orange reflector, for everyone that wants to take out this orange reflector, it just snaps in by it's like glued in back here. So I'm just gonna break those tabs off. Okay, so it's the tabs here, here and here. You just break these tabs off. Alright, I'm gonna break these tabs off, and then I'm gonna break off these 3 tabs, and then I'm gonna catch back the video for you guys. Alright, so now catch back the video after I broke off the tabs here, the 3 tabs. This reflector should pop out. Oh, there's 4. There's another one right here. Push on it and the reflector should come out. And you push it back. This was a headlight that I purchased from somebody or whatever, just to do a tutorial on. That's it. Other than that, I don't need the housing and stuff like that. I'm just using it to make this video. And the lens, I'm probably going to swap over this lens that I have here, because this one is definitely way nicer than the one that I have on my car. So I might swap over this lens to my car, to one of my headlights. So now that this orange reflector's out, now you got the clean, clear look that I have on my car. And what I did was I just popped this out, because this pops out here. So I'm going to show you. Sits in up here, locks in place. And it locks in the bottom down here. And then this just comes out. This reflector just comes out. And then this is empty. This chrome piece came off because this chrome piece is glued to, it was glued to this with the tabs. So when the tabs came out, this released and it just came out. Well, this just came out because this was in front of this. So now the headlight is apart. Now you can take this part out, you can spray paint it just like I did, or you can just leave it the way it is like I had from the beginning. Just push it and it just snaps in place, back in place, if you just don't want to do anything with this. So now I'm gonna put this to the side. This is right here, this is where the reflector is for the turn signal. So basically there's a ball pivot right here that you just pull on this and it'll pull out. It'll pull out the pivot here, and it pops out that ball. That ball sits right here in this socket right here, and it locks it in place. So right now I took this out. If you want, like I did, I just taped it off from here on the side, and I just taped this off. Well, I just taped it off from here and then just spray painted the side here, or you can like cut vinyl wrap and just wrap it on the side and call it a day. So right now I'm just gonna put this to the side and go into the next step of taking the headlight apart. So now we see that the headlight is definitely coming down to the end of everything here. So now there's another pivot here that I gotta pop out, this pivot, and there's another pivot back here in the back. So I'm gonna pull this out. Don't, you know what I'm saying, don't hesitate to just, you know, give it a little tug, or just put something under it like a flathead. That's what I did, and I pushed up and it popped it out of the pivot. And there we go. That pivot came out of the joint that it's in. Okay, so now this ball is out, and then that ball's out. So now all I have to do now is unscrew this. This is just the beam of the lens for the projector. So what I'm gonna do is unscrew this. It's gonna be a little while because this one is it's a long screw. So I'm gonna catch back the video after I finish unscrewing this, and then I'm gonna show you where to go from there. All right, so I'll catch back the video showing you guys. Oh, sorry about that. The screw, I backed it out enough to get the whole projector out. So now this whole front piece comes out. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I got this wiring here for this. It's like tagged around this. So now I loosen this from being wrapped around this. So now the whole headlight housing should come out. So right now, this is for the shield to go up and down for the high beams and low beams for the headlights. So now I'm just going to press on this tab and disconnect it. And now the housing is out. So I'm going to put the base, the back part, pushing it back. Now I'm going to show you guys how to get to the lens itself, to take the lens out and to take the lens out. And I'm going to tell you guys how I did the demon eyes on the headlights. Okay, so there's screws back here, right? So there's two here, two here, two here, and two here. So the only screws that I'm going to be taking out is this one, all four of the big end ones. Those four I'm taking out. And then once I take that out, the middle projector itself here will come out. So I'm going to take out those four screws right now. It's one. It's two. Three. Four. Process is not that bad as long as you know how to do it. And as you can see, this back part here comes out, and now it's just the projector itself. So now the projector is held in, the lens is held in by just a clip up here. So what I'm going to do is use a flathead and have a flathead. Give me 1 second. So you just use the flathead and you twist it, like I said, with the mirrors, with the mirror lens. So you just you have it like this and you just pop it, push it. It's not too bad, it's not too difficult, but try to push it back as much as you can. Give it a second, there you go, and then the clip pops up. And then the clip just comes right off. And the ring just comes right off. This is how it sits with the square on the bottom. The square sits into this and then locks this on top in place. And then this is the Fresnel lens that comes with the stock projector. This is the shield that goes up and down when you do your high beams and your low beams. And this is the cutoff. You see where the little edges right there, that's where you cut off, you know. And some people push it farther back, you know, well, a little bit farther back in order to get a better cutoff when they put the clear lenses on. So right now I'm just gonna put everything back and just show you guys how I put everything back and go from there. This should show you guys exactly what you guys need to do, especially when it comes to putting in the clear lenses. You just set the clear lens. What I did was I set the arch, the little chip on the clear lens. I set it at the, what is it, the 6 o'clock position. I set the chip there, and basically I added like 2 spacers, and I got a sharp cutoff. Not the sharpest, but I got a good cutoff, and I was pretty happy with it. So, you know, I'm good. So, all right, so I'm gonna show you, and well, I'm gonna tell you guys what I did, because I'm not gonna, you know, cut this right now to show you guys how to do the demon eyes. You know, I'm just gonna try to explain it to you guys. So what I did was, the demon eyes, what it does is, it's like a little card that sits in, it's just like a little it's like a little card basically. And basically all I did was just basically I cut a hole here. You got to cut a hole in the housing. What I used was a Dremel 4000. That's what I have. And I used a metal cutting disc. And what I did was I cut a square on the top of the headlight projector. and then I laid the demon eyes on top of it. I drilled a little screw and put the demon eyes in it. Well, you know, I'll probably make another video showing you exactly what it looks like and exactly, you know, what exactly it looks like from my headlight, because I'm going to take it apart again just to go over a couple other things. And so to give you guys a clearer picture of what it looks like, because I'm not cutting this one right now. I'm just showing you guys how to take it apart in this video. Okay? And you can paint whatever pieces you want. Okay, so basically now I'm just putting this back. I put the clip back on. Now the projector's back in. So now I'm going to put this back into the housing. Oh, goes from the back. Then these little notches here, these line up and go into like the little holes here. So now it's in. Those notches are in. Okay. Four screws go back in. It's not that bad taking apart the headlight. Once you've done it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, it's really not that bad. But the other Maxima, the Maxima headlight that I'm working on, that I'm doing some custom work on it, like restoring it, like Nissan definitely made their headlights easier to mod than Acura. But then again, our projectors are definitely a lot better. So okay, so now this is back in the housing. Now this is the back base. This part right here, where it has the hole here, this is going to go into this screw here. That screw. So you gotta line that up to go with the screw here. So the screw goes directly into it. Well, it's pushing out first, so you gotta kind of screw the screw back into the housing. It's a 10mm, so this will pull the housing back into the position that it should be. Okay, and now that I'm pulling that back, this is the connector that goes to the lens, well, to the projector itself. So what I'm gonna do is through the bottom hole here, plug that back in. Should have plugged it in way before. I should be able to just there we go. Just this out here. Roll up. Nope. I gotta fish it through this hole. Sorry about that, y'all. I gotta fish it through this hole and then just, you know, just plug it in from the side. Well, just plug it in before you make sure you run it through the housing before you put this, tighten the screw back to hold the housing in. Push this housing up. Slide this in. Okay, that just slides in. Okay, so we have that in place. Then you just turn it, lock this in place. Okay, now this is stuck in place now because I screwed the screw back into the back of it. So now it's holding housing. So now the pivots right here, just snap them in from that side and one from that side. So now the housing is tight. It's in the housing. Okay. Now these silica packets, when I open the headlights, I usually just replace them. I buy new ones from the retrofitsource.com, and or you can buy them online or whatever, the silica packets, and just put new ones. This absorbs the moisture in the headlight. When water gets in it, or moisture gets in the headlight, these silica packets, they absorb the moisture to keep the lens clean, to keep the headlights from fogging up. So if you get a chance and you're going in your headlights, make sure you replace these. Make sure you buy some silica packets, because you'll definitely use these. You can definitely use them. Okay, so now that you've taken this off, the lenses and everything, if you're comfortable with the way it is, most people just tape off here and then just paint the side, and can do that. So now I'm gonna push this in, and the pivot here, that locks that in place. Then this right here goes into the housing, the headlight housing. You put your two screws, one here, one here. This is how I cleared out my lens. This is how I cleared it out. If you want, you can add the LED strip, like what I did on mine. What I did was I cut a little right here for the strip to go in. I cut a little here on the corner, and then I just laid the strip down, and then I'm gonna make another video for that, but I'm just saying, you just use some picture hanging wire to hold the LED strip in place, and just keep tying it around one by one by one by one, and that's it. So then after that, you just run the wires through the back like I did on mine, but I'm gonna make another video showing that. So basically, this is what it cleared out. If you want, you can put this back, like right here in the inside. That's what some people do. They just put it back, but what they do is they just glue the back of it. They glue the back and then just stick these little notches in the hole, and just leave the chrome strip just like that. That's what a lot of people do. They just leave the strip. So me, I don't really care for the strip, because I'm gonna be using a couple of these other things for another headlight. So basically, I just cleared the lens now, basically. So now I'm gonna just, well, this came out again, but I'm not using this. So if y'all want to reuse this, just glue it on, put some glue on the back of it, and just glue it down. Then you put the lens back on. This slides in to the lens, as I explained before. You put the two screws back, one here and one here, and then you just another thing is you get a flathead and try to screw out, try to get as much of the sealant out as possible. When you're resealing these headlights, reseal it with new sealant. Don't reuse the factory sealant that's on it. Try to use a flathead and get as much of the sealant out as you can to make it flat, so this lens and would sit flush into this. So you just try to get as much as the sealant out, because you want to put a brand new set of sealant in here when you do this, when you reseal the headlights. You can buy from the retrofitsource.com. You can buy a new roll of sealant. It can do like what, I've done like 3 sets of headlights with that one roll of sealant. So basically with the sealant, you'll just run it around the headlight here, and then you put the lens on like this. Okay, so you just put the lens on, then you heat up the headlight. You heat it up 200 degrees for 20 minutes. After you heat it up, the sealant will get soft, and then you squeeze the headlight together like this. You squeeze it together. Make sure this end, but this is very important. Make sure this end down here goes into this corner. Make sure this tucks into this corner. If you have to, flip the headlight over and push down on it. Push down on the headlight in order to get it to sit down in the corner properly the way that it should. And this little tab here should be going through this little hole here on the side, but I'm not closing up the headlights fully. This is just to show you guys how it looks. See, now since I took the orange reflector out, this is what it looks like with the orange reflector out and the side not painted. So this is basically, and then after you warm it up and you push the tabs, do this, you make sure it closes good enough, then you make sure you push these tabs down. Make sure these tabs are pushed down and they're locked over the plastic, over the little plastic tabs, and you let the headlight, you know, harden over overnight or whatever, depending on if you need to use it right away or not, and you're good to go. And you've fully opened your headlight and customized it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And if you guys have any comments, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are looking for, and I'll do it for you guys. Thanks, and I appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone. All right, thanks. Bye.